kind of makes sense. So we got a standard voxel. We ain't going to worry about that. And I'm going to smooth this voxel down. Then I'm going to create another one. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to hit this one twice. And basically this is how you kind of create your different microvoxels. And basically you just put them in a row. Now let's go ahead and keep on doing this, and I'll try to explain sort of what I am doing right now, because it may not present itself very well if I don't. But you have two different ways of doing your smoothing, right? Because you have your standard smoothing, and then you have your fine detail smoothing. So I'm going to do the regular smoothing first, and then we'll create the other ones, which is the fine detailed smoothing. And we'll hold my control key, and you can see it makes a small amount off of it instead of jumping all the way down to like this. And it's kind of a rinse and repeat. And once you get all these microvoxels created, you put them all in order. And give me 1 second here.
What, Mr. Bulky?
Ha 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 ha! Goddess Athene, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Now, let's get back to where I was at on this. So that's how you create your different microvoxels. And basically what we're going to end up doing here is, after we line all these up in order, then we'll have pretty much our whole stretch, right? So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to grab this microvoxel line right here just to kind of save us a little bit of time on this. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab this whole entire stretch, and I'm going to copy it. Let's bring it over here. This is just kind of to save the time on doing this. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to go up one and over one, down two, back towards me two, and back up two. As you can see, I've created all these little panels with different varying thicknesses all the way through here, like this. I'm going to select my first one and drag it all the way down to the very first one. And we'll copy that section out, and I'm going to paste it. Now if we look down here, you can see most of these are thicker than a standard voxel. So we want to basically compress the sizes back down to a standard, just square standard voxel thickness. So I take my line tool, I click on one side, and I come all the way down to the side of a standard voxel, which is this first one, and I'm going to click. And you can see that whole side just went and pushed in. So I'm going to repeat this process about 5 times on this one side, because one pass will not do what it is that we want to do, and that is to bring it to as flat as possible to a standard voxel. So we're going to have to rinse and repeat this kind of over and over a few times just to make sure that it's flat. Now we're going to do it to the opposing side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and and 5. Now we do it to the top. Three, 4. And if you do it more than the 5 times, trust me, it's not going to mess it up. If anything, it'll just make it better. All right. So now we got the 2 sides and the top done. Let's go ahead and knock out this bottom. You see, like, every single one of these are now coming down to the standard size of a voxel all the way down this row. And the thickness of them is the thickness of those microvoxels. So, let's go. Landmark Explorer, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. So, now we've already made or flattened all this out. We now have all these little panels of varying thicknesses. This is pretty important because of basically what we're going to end up doing next in this series, which is panel circles.